Um, First of all, my name is Kamish Reviews, the queen of reality TV. How are you doing, King?
Honestly, I'm here, black, blessed, and problematic as always.
Well, I'm all those things as well. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let me
Go
go jump
ahead.
right in, sweetie. Okay. So you've been a part of such I'm sorry, competitive and strategic game. From your perspective, what do you think contributed to the family's ability to make it so far? Was there a specific dynamic that gave them such an advantage, such a power that they had the entire game?
I think for me, the best thing that I can offer a viewer of the show is it seems so easy at home to say, take the big players out immediately. And I'm like, y'all, we get it. We clocked it on day one.
Mhm.
But in this game specifically, if let's say we want to get out a player, let's call her April. Sure. It's not like Survivor where you could say, yo, let's vote out
Mm.
April in like an hour or two. You can't. For this game, we have to know what side April's on for the excursion. Do we want to partner with her or do we want to make sure she's on the other side? Because it might be one of those things where we have to go up against one another instead, or it might be like a half and half.
Mm.
And then after that excursion, we have to make sure that not only am I in a power position, but April is somehow eligible to play. Then I have to make the decision. Do I want to send in one of my allies to play, hopefully make a good deal and take April out?
Mm.
Or do I want to send in April to play and she'll make a good deal and take out one of my allies? Or do I want to send
Mm.
in someone that I trust, they make a good deal, and then they try and screw me over in the end? All of that has to happen before April leaves this game. So trust me, it's not like any other game where you can be like, we have the number, so it's easy. Yeah, sure.
Mm.
But like there are so many other things that have to happen
Yeah.
along the way. It's hard.
Mm. I'm happy you broke it down like that because that does make sense. Watching the show, it is not the same as any other game. So yes, I can understand that. To a point.
Fair.
Uh, when property used your personal experiences against you, there was a pivotal moment. Looking back, do you wish you would have taken that opportunity to get everybody together, saying, "Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead and just take her out."
So I can only really give this context around it. Parvati and I were not allies in the game per se. If you go back
Okay.
to episode number one, we never say, do you want to go final two? Or she never even
Mhm.
really says like Philip is in my like alliance.
Right.
Instead, we made a relationship just based on we are two adults that have very similar personalities. And we're both at the point in our lives where it's almost kind of like adult puberty, which is what I
Hmm.
like to kind of refer to it as. We've all hit that point as adults where we make like a left turn and have to start again. And you're like, okay, she was in a public marriage, a public divorce. She
Hmm.
had come out, has a new non-binary partner. She's navigating all of that. I was in the classroom for 12 years, and
Mm.
being a teacher is one of those jobs like a therapist, a social worker, whatever else, where your
Right.
job is your personality. And so
Hmm.
after a while, you're like, okay, now that I don't have that, who am I? And so we really
Mm.
did find solace and like comfort in just being friends and talking about the world and what it was like to start adulthood over again as this new version of ourselves. And so the
Mm.
issue with that is when you see two players have an alliance breakdown, but when you see two adults have a friendship, like a breakdown in that, you're like, ooh, this is getting ugly. This is not
Mm.
good anymore. And like, I think that's what actually happened. And so I wish
Mm.
I could have used that motivation to say, let's get her out like in the game. But what you're hearing is you're not hearing a hurt player. You're hearing a hurt person. And that's what I
Mm.
think made it get so dirty and
Yeah.
grimy. With
Yeah.
that said, I come from a strong black mother that said, listen, every day you could observe something, you could learn something. And so what you guys did not see is the moment that I lost my mind on her. I went
Mm.
back to her that evening and said, hey, listen, that was not my best work. Can we sit down and do this again?
Oh,
And then
wow.
she apologized again. I heard, understood, I, for lack of a better term, you get it, received it. I received it.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
then we hugged it out and moved on. I don't think that helped the show's plot and narrative and the story that they
Ah,
wanted it to go to. So you didn't see it. But please
right.
understand, we went back that night and resolved it because even I, before it even aired, was like, you lost your damn mind this morning. You need to go back and fix it. So I did.
Yes, it did. But I'm sorry. I think you had to do it that moment. It was giving read time, in my opinion. Period. Okay. It was
Always.
giving. It
You
was
know
giving.
that I love to do it. The library is open
Oh my
every day on
God.
that island. I'm here. I'm ready.
Let's go. That I was living for. It was giving. I'm like, I'm. He ate. He ate. I'm sorry. Hey, you ate. Period. Okay. Okay, so right before your elimination, you had a lot of trust in David. Given how late it was in the game, do you regret believing him? Do you think it was a better move? I'm sorry. Do you think there was a better move to secure your position?
So, fun fact, also on the things you did not see, it
Hmm.
was not late in the game at all. The
Oh.
conversation that David and I had, we had been having those one-on-ones on the dock, working out since day one. Since
Mm.
Storm, Luke, Sydney, all of them, we had talked. We were talking every day alone since day one. I knew he was probably my closest friend on the island that I wasn't working with. And so I can only really offer you the evidence of. Do you remember in the last episode where David was asked who he trusts the most and he said me? And so as
Yes.
a viewer, you must be like, why? You're like, do you even know that man? Who's that man? But like the thing is, we
I
talked
was
every
like,
day. Right.
mm.
You're like, I guess, cool. But the thing is, we talked every day at length. And
Wow.
so you saw one talk, but that had been happening every day. And he was like,
Interesting.
hey, listen, we can't let a reality TV star win
Hmm.
this because they already have so much. Why would we give
Right.
someone that has so much, give them
Agree.
even more? And so for
Agree.
me, yes, I look stupid, but I am not playing with Survivor winner David. I'm playing with civilian David, who was a model in New York,
Yes.
whose wife had been in and out of the hospital with some
Mm.
medical issues. He's been taking care of his family. He's been doing all that,
Mm.
which has all been true. He just didn't tell me like the survivor, like
Mm.
part of it all. And so I wish I could sit here and say, I regret the day I ever trusted that man. I'm like,
Mm.
I mean, applause for him being able to
Mm.
navigate that game as a civilian and still do as well as he did.
Wow, 100%. I have to agree with that. Much respect. In the crucial challenge, the endurance challenge, if you'd have held on a little longer, what do you think it would have changed your game?
So in the challenge, it looks in the edit like I accepted David giving up. I was like, nah, bro. I was holding it. I was holding it tight. And so I didn't even really respond to him at all.
Oh wow.
And when he says, what about this and what about this? The exact words I say are, let go. Because I knew that I was holding. I was
Right.
good to the point where when he let go, I held on for an extra 6 minutes.
Wow.
The
Period.
briefcases were coming every 10 minutes. And so
Hmm.
I was trying to get the briefcase after the one
Mm.
that I got. But my
Gotcha.
arms and shoulders were like, no, ma'am, you're going down. And so it's one of those where like I need you to see that like I'm trying. Like if
Yes.
it were up to me, like if I just took that deal and I was like, I'll just head home, I would have just let go immediately. But like they
Right,
were
right, right.
watching me out there for an hour. I had been holding that weight up for an hour
Oh my God.
in 87 degrees in the sun. There's no
Oof.
shade, anything. The bags are on fire. The heat is going crazy. I've sweat through my
Mm.
shirt. I don't even know my own name anymore.
Oh,
I'm out there singing slave spirituals. Like I was like,
I
get me out of here.
cannot.
I want to go home. I want to wade in the water. I'm trying out
Oh,
here. I'm
oh my
trying.
God, I cannot. Someone said, "Where's the railroad? We need to get up out of here."
Honestly, call Harriet. Call her. Call her.
Oh, Jesus, help me. My lashes barely holding on. Stop it. Okay, so wait. So I have to ask, when David gave you the money, do you believe it was a genuine gesture because he felt you deserved it, or do you think it was just a strategic move on his part?
The man's arms were tired. If you actually look at the arms that are
He looked
shaking, like,
struggling.
what if
Mhm.
I give you the money and you see me look at him and go, so drop it? Like,
Mm.
I knew that I was able to hold it longer than him. And so for
Mhm.
me, I was like, if you want to drop, drop. But I did also know that if I were to split that money and screw over me and him, sure. if I would have split like the money that was in there. I knew that if he was serious about the discussion that we had had that morning, this would have been a good olive branch for me to wait to get one more so that I could at least be like, listen, you earned that one on your own. And I did not screw you over when I had the opportunity to screw you over.
Right, right. Woo! Period. So Dixon's elimination was a big moment. Do you think it was the right call for him to go home at this stage of the game?
If you would have asked me then, yes, but it's hard because you never know the challenge that's coming. Could I
Mm,
have outlasted Dixon in an endurance challenge? Yes. So like it's really one of those where you're like, okay, I guess. But it's one of those where I think Dixon had played all the cards he had left and he had kind of gotten to a wall where he didn't really have a lot of trust with a lot of people. I
mm,
think that like as much as he thought he was playing everyone, we loved him as a person. So he would walk away and he'd be like, and we'd all be like, Dixon asked you for, and then the other person would go, final two, and we're like the final two, and we're like, oh, Dixon. Like it's just a matter of you.
right,
Right. So
right.
like I don't
Gotcha.
know if how much trust he had per se with
Hmm.
everyone. So I think that he played the best game he could in knowing that he was a strategist. He very much like me, Survivor, Big Brother, all of them, he like knows that
Right.
he has it. And I
Hmm.
think that he just came in too hot, too quick.
Okay, so now that you did get some coins. Let's talk about that real quick.
True.
Uh, uh, what have you done anything, or do you have plans? If you don't mind me asking that.
No, do I have like plans like for the
Just spending
afternoon or
it.
like hit the money?
No, the money, the money, the money. I'm sorry, the money. What plans do you have with the money?
I don't actually have any plans. I just think that like it's such a cool millennial dream to have
Yeah.
financial stability and to
Yes.
have the idea of you being like, you know what? Not only am I gonna get those eggs, I'm gonna get those eggs at Whole Foods. Yes, I am. And like I just think that right, like I just think in when like it doesn't even matter if you just got
Yeah.
paid, you have a good job, you still like no matter how much it is, you like swipe it and you're like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
For 6 months, I'm not gonna have to do that. For a year, I'm not gonna have to be like, "Ugh, okay, all
Yeah.
right.
There you go.
Like
Blessings.
I have never come from, I have always come from financial stability, but I've
Okay.
never come from a point where I get to splurge and like
Yeah.
really book a trip or like do something crazy. I'm gonna probably pay off the car that I was just kind of like paying like a couple $100 a month
Hmm.
on, but
Hmm.
like I
Hmm.
have never flown first class anywhere. Wait, that's
Wow.
a lie. I'm gonna sound real hood right now. I did one. It was on Spirit. You're welcome. But anyway,
Hey,
but
hey,
anyway,
hey.
though,
About to be black owned in a minute. Let's go.
I flew first class on Spirit and I got that free glass of water. Yes, I did. Anyway, I think that it would just be
Oh my
so
God.
refreshing for me to just be able to like provide for others and like buy like
Yeah.
a meal, pay off my car, maybe do like a down
Right.
payment on a house. I'm not gonna be one of those. I'm like, this money is going to buy a house. I'm not stupid. I know that. You're like, this money is
There you
going to
go.
be a significant percentage of a
Let's
down
go.
payment on a
Yes,
house.
yes, yes, yes. I'm so proud of you and the things that you did and accomplished in this game. And I wanted, because my audience didn't get to hear, when I first came on here and the way you said that you knew my face, I had to keep myself from getting emotional because sometimes I have a hard time feeling like as a black podcaster that I not getting the traction as others. So I wanted to tell you, you made my day when you said that to me. That was a powerful statement. I'm just wanted you to know that. That was just everything.
Thank you so much. I think that for me, it was such a scary platform. And I told this you want to know who was like the best audience for this? Ironically, Dr. Will. And we were
Mm,
like talking about all this on, and I said, it's so scary as a person of color to know that like I had two master's degrees by 22 and I taught for 12 years. I have all these like teacher of the year
yes.
nominations. I'm the New Jersey 2020 teacher who makes magic for the whole state. I have all these accolades. I was one of the McDonald's Men of Mick Cafe for positive African Americans giving back to the world, the community. I was like, and still, if I fly off the handle one time, I'm just another
Yep.
aggressive black male on reality TV.
Yep.
And I was so scared of it. And Dr. Will was like, I never really thought about it like that. And he was like,
Mm,
that there's so much pressure that you're even putting on yourself. And he was like, your story deserves to be heard and told. And so I will say this, I got a full expose. I don't know if you saw it in Men's Journal magazine. Dr.
Hmm.
Will got me that article.
Oh
He
my
reached out
God.
to his friend and said, I have a guy with a story that you need to use and you need to hear. And so like I know
Wow.
everyone likes to talk trash on that man, but I promise you,
I love
he's
Dr.
a
Will.
good man.
Wow. Well, wow. First of all, you represented very well. I want to say that. And I want to say thank you
Thank you.
for taking time to talk to me. This was like a phenomenal interview. I enjoyed talking to you. Congratulations again because you did win, period. And you did an amazing job. Now, if you go to a reality show, they will call you out because you got money. FYI.
Right?
That being said, thank you so much, baby. I'm sweet. I appreciate your time.